to go?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, thank you.
No worries. Detective Superintendent Darren Fielke, Officer in Charge of Major Crime Investigation Branch. On Tuesday the 30th of September 2025, as you know, police attended at a warehouse at 55 O'Sullivan's Beach Road at Lonsdale, where the body of Chris Robertson was located inside that premises. Since that time, Major Crime Investigation Branch have been investigating the death of Chris as a major crime, and we will allege that he was murdered by virtue of being seriously assaulted. Investigators in the last few weeks have been working tirelessly on this investigation, and what has been revealed during that period is a vehicle of interest that is crucial to the investigation. That is a Mitsubishi Triton utility, and I'll show you some photos of that on the board shortly. Its registration number is XTF976. That vehicle was last seen at 55 O'Sullivan's Beach Road at Lonsdale while Chris was still alive and after he'd been out celebrating with friends. As I said, it is crucial to the investigation. We'd like to know the whereabouts of that vehicle, and when we do, it will be subjected to some forensic testing which might progress and further our investigation. We do believe that Chris was a passenger in that vehicle. We do have some CCTV footage of that vehicle being at the premises at Lonsdale during the morning of Sunday the 28th of September. We have spoken to the registered owner of that vehicle. We believe that person is not involved in Chris's murder, but they are assisting with our investigation. We are seeking any assistance and information from anybody who may know where that vehicle is or who may have been using that vehicle around the time of Chris's death, which is during that weekend of the grand final weekend this year and up to the 30th of September. To date, detectives have spoken with a number of witnesses which have actually helped piece together Chris's movements in the lead up to us finding his body on the 30th of September. We're following several lines of positive inquiry in relation to this investigation, and we do believe there's going to be a good resolution and a good outcome to this investigation. So again, I urge anyone who has information that may know the whereabouts of the vehicle, which I'll show you shortly, or any other information in relation to Chris's murder, to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. And I remind people that they can remain anonymous, but any information that can be provided that can help us locate this vehicle will greatly assist the investigation. Happy to take some questions.
So to clarify, the person who's believed to be connected or a suspect in this was using the car but didn't own the car?
That's correct.
Is maybe a friend? Or...
That's correct, yep.
So I just want to clarify when it was last seen.
So the Triton was last seen at around 9:30 a.m. At 55 O'Sullivan's Beach Road at Lonsdale, outside of that address where you've seen police operating before. We know that vehicle was there. There is some CCTV footage of that vehicle at 9:30 on that Sunday morning.
How long do you think he was likely there and not alive before he was found?
Well, we know that he was alive in that vehicle when it arrived. He was a passenger in that vehicle. We know that his body was found on Tuesday the 30th of September. So sometime during the period from 9:30 Sunday morning until the time his body was located on the 30th is when he has died. But we know he was alive at the time that vehicle was seen at 55 O'Sullivan's Beach Road.
And he didn't leave in that vehicle?
We didn't see him leave in that vehicle, no.
There were some lines of inquiry about bikie gangs. What's the update on that?
We've spoken to a number of people in this investigation. Some of those people have associations or links to outlaw motorcycle gangs, but we're not actually investigating any OMCG member or club particularly.
How are police going in sort of tracking the location that Chris went to on grand final day?
Sure, and I mentioned before, we've received a number of calls from Crime Stoppers, to Crime Stoppers, lots of pieces of information from the public, which has greatly assisted us to piece together his movements from grand final day, where we say he was out celebrating with friends, to the time that vehicle arrived on Sunday morning. So that's been one of the challenges with this investigation, is to piece his movements together. We've had some success doing that. And we thank people who've called in and provided information that's assisted us with that.
When was the last time the registered owner of the vehicle last saw their vehicle?
I can't say that. Not that I can't say that. I actually don't know that. But what I can say is that the registered owner has been assisting us with our inquiries. I'll reiterate, we don't believe that person is involved in this incident with Chris.
Do you believe there were other passengers in the car?
No, we believe he's the only passenger in that vehicle.
Do you believe he went willingly in that car? Are they associates? What's their relationship?
We believe they are associates. We believe that people, Chris and the driver of that vehicle are known to each other. Whether he went willingly or we don't know. We're still working through that. But what is really important is to find that vehicle, have it subjected to some forensic testing, which might actually provide us some more answers into just that.
How important is it that people come forward for Chris's family and the closure around that?
Very much so. It's really important that anyone who has information about this vehicle, or anybody who has any further information about Chris, his movements, any information people might have about his murder is very important for us. As I've said before, locating the vehicle is crucial to us in terms of getting some forensic evidence. We have seized other vehicles as part of this investigation, which have been subjected to forensic testing, and this is a missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle that we're very, very keen to find.
How are Chris's loved ones and family doing this time?
As you can imagine, it's absolutely tragic when you lose a family member in any circumstances, let alone a family member who's been murdered. So they're strong. The Major Crime Victim Contact Officer is in regular contact with them. We know that Chris had his funeral during the week, so they're grieving and they're starting to move on, but it is very difficult for them.
Is this associate cooperating with it?
The associate, yes, we've got cooperation from a lot of people in this investigation. Clearly, there's a little bit of work to do yet as we go forward, but people that we've spoken to have been very helpful and cooperative. Yes.
When you say associate, you don't mean the person who was driving the car at the time, do you?
We've spoken to a number of people. So we know the person who was driving the car at the time. We just don't know where the car is.
And has that person been reprimanded?
The person has been spoken to as assisting with our inquiries, yeah.
Just to clarify, is that person a suspect, the main suspect of the murder?
That person is a suspect. We have a number of other persons of interest as well in relation to this. We haven't ruled out that more than one person is involved in Chris's murder, but that person driving that vehicle, I think is fair to say, is a suspect.
And any clearer idea on a motive?
We don't. We're keeping an open mind to motive. There's no clear motive as yet, but that's something that we're still working through.
Are you open to the idea that the car could be in another state of territory?
We're open to anywhere that the car could be. It would be easier for us if the car is here in South Australia, and there's no reason for us to suggest that it's not, but we're open to wherever that vehicle might be. If that's being used in an offence like murder, it could be anywhere, but we're very keen to find out where that vehicle is and for people to tell us where that vehicle is. So as I said, that's the Mitsubishi Triton, registration number XTF976. That's the vehicle that we're looking for. Anyone who has information about this particular vehicle, as I said, we urge them to contact Crime Stoppers and let us know where that is, or make direct contact with SAPOL to let us know what you'll see about. There's some distinctive features about that vehicle. The black rims on the vehicle being one of them, and you'll see there's quite a unique, large sort of silver toolbox on the back tray as well. I'm not sure, Pete, if you've got another. So there it is. Again, it's quite a dark grey in colour, and you'll see the toolbox on the tray, which is quite a unique feature of it. So people who know that vehicle will actually know what that vehicle is and where it is.
Is Chris in the car at the time of this CCTV?
No.
Who's in the car then?
That's an associate. And we know who that person is. But no, Chris is not in that vehicle.
There's just one person in that car?
Yes.